Okay, it's recording. Better be on my best behaviour now, hadn't I? Hello, everyone. This is about the mechanics, I called it, of doing remote appointments, and I decided it's actually quite a big topic, so we might have to stretch it over two because there's only half an hour. So I suppose really in the first instance it's all about doing a remote appointment. Yes. Okay, so given that it's so close to home, at about 11:30 I signed up a double Daffy Gold homeowner, and I'm going to share this with you because it's really important. This guy could not get on Zoom. He could not do it for loving or money. Okay. So, in this instance, I'm going to give you what we did to get round it. So, on phones, I did a video call with him. Okay. So we could talk and see each other. And the reason I want video, as I know anyone that's experienced on here will tell you, it is better to have sight of somebody as well as just hearing, because you want to see body language, you want to see facial expressions, you want to see what's going on, as near as possible to having a face-to-face appointment. So that way we got round it, because I wasn't prepared to fuff around for ages just trying to talk him through the whatever it was he couldn't do. He said he had Zoom downloaded, but I don't know. Who can say? Anyway, so then this is what I did on this scenario. So get ready to write, okay? I went to uw.co.uk/join. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That asked me for my details because obviously, you know, we've got to get in. And then it's what that is setting up a remote appointment. So I'm clicking the remote one. Would you like to watch this happen? Would you like to actually see it if I share the screen? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, not that one. So here we hang on, got to bring you into the share. Can you all see Google?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. uw.co.uk/join. And there we are. Now, there's my details, my email, my password. You would put yours in. You can put mine in if you want. All right. Sign. We've got three options again. They keep changing this. Be prepared. I went for a remote appointment. So I clicked that. Had to say he was somebody I just met. Got my name in there and I pressed start. That gave me this code. So I asked him, would he go on his laptop? Would he go to the internet? And you have to emphasize to them, please don't put this into Google. All right. Into the URL address bar up the top. That's where I've got my cursor at the moment. Yeah. So I asked him to type in uw.co.uk/share. Now, I'll tell you what I had prepared. And as you're on this page, you can see everything going on. I did this. And I said to him, so he could see, right, there we are. And then I said, what you're going to get is this page. It's going to ask you to enter your code. And he said, yes, he had it. So I then verbally gave him the code. Remember, he can't see my screen at this point because we're on video WhatsApp. I gave him the code. I said, please, will you press get started, which he did. And then he has to accept. That's the next thing that comes up. I gave him the code, he accepts, and then hey presto, what happens? We both see the same screen. Now, I'm not sure if I can do this all by myself. Let's see if I can tweak the system. Hang on. I'm going to do a naughty here. I don't know whether it's possible. VWT54. VWT54. Let's see what happens. I doubt it.
It does work. I've done it.
Accept. Right, so that's what we had because I gave you the code. Now, because I didn't use Zoom, please note this, because I didn't use Zoom, I now was going to use the presentation, so I wouldn't close this. I want it open. And I always ask for the control back, always, because and that's pressing the white button down here. By the way, us SGLs have asked, could we have the situation that when you put the cursor over them, it tells you what it means to do? Because we know that this doesn't mean everything to everybody. Believe it or not, that the telephone with the line through it means stop the presentation.
Stop the presentation.
Yeah, I'm not sure many people would suss that out with a telephone and a line through it.
No.
But you see, this is what happens when you have tech bods. They're on a different planet to us, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought it was a telephone.
Yeah, I pressed the
You're right.
I asked to take control and then I did the presentation. So I'm doing it. And by the way, yes, you have got little buttons here, but you can just use your mouse to scroll. So we do the presentation. Now, this is the important bit. When you're doing WhatsApp, when you're doing it remotely and you're not on Zoom, they can't see your screen. They're seeing this screen, but for themselves. So you ask them, would they press the little blue button under the W of what? And they play. That means whatever kind of broadband they've got, they will see it with their broadband.
Or not.
Or not. It's no good me doing it, because if I do it, he'll hear through the WhatsApp, but he won't see, because it won't play his side. Does that make sense, folks?
Yeah.
Okay. And then obviously when you go through all the bits and bobs and you get to the next one, hang on, we're having fun here. I asked him to press the blue button under the B for becoming. And then when he's done that, then I talk through this. Now, when we get to the end, I then said to him, so what's best for you? Earning money as a partner, saving money as a customer. That's giving you a cost comparison. By the way, please use the words cost comparison. Please don't use quote. It sounds straight out of a sales book. It really does. Cost comparison is much nicer. Or like most people do both. Well, I already knew, because this guy and I had chatted away. He was all interested in earning money, but he said to me, yeah, both. So I said, great. So what we're going to do now, I then pressed that and he saw it and I saw it. And now we're straight into doing a cost comparison. Let me just stop the share a minute, because I want to gauge with you all. The reason you use the word cost comparison is you do not want to panic anybody that at that moment you're signing them up. Now, I know we are, but they don't have to know that, because at any point we can actually stop it. Yeah? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And by the way, on the UW podcasts, what they call the deep dive podcasts, there is one with Alex Roberts and Nikki Moore. And she also says use the word cost comparison too, for exactly the same. All right. Quote is just far too salesy. And I can't believe anybody would even these days use the word no obligation quotation. You know, that's something out of the 50s and 60s. It's just like straight out the sales book. I'd never use that. All right. So if you're using it, sorry, I'm not being rude to you, but I'm now telling you what I know really works. Okay. So folk, if I bring you back into the share, I don't have to carry on doing this bit, do I? Because you know that there gets to a point when we get to the personal details that at that point, it then automatically swings back to the customer to complete the details. Yeah?
Lisa,
Okay.
did you say you clicked on the save money as a customer as opposed to both?
Yeah, I always do. It makes no odds because at the end of it, you've got the part that says become a UW partner.
Yeah,
It's
indeed.
there, which, yeah. Right. Now, there was something that was in my mind, but it's gone now. Oh, God, it was really important. And I can't think of it. There was something I was going to say to you.
You were saying
Oh,
you didn't
yes.
have to do both.
Yes. Right. Are you all aware? I know some of you are. That I use a sheet, which you can't see. Hang on. It's because, oh, I don't want you to see this room. It's so disgusting now. It's all packed up. But I know you'll be able to, oh, God, forgive it, folks. This is hell. All right. It's boxes everywhere. But you can now see I use a sheet that I devised blooming yonks ago, and I've just adapted it, and other people have helped me adapt it further, because all the time when I'm doing the cost comparison, I'm asking questions and I'm writing on this the whole time. Then what I do when I've got my current annual expenditure and my UW annual expenditure, it's simple. You take one from the other, and then you've got what the annual savings are. Now, I know some people use monthly, but I never have. And there's a good reason. Because if you tell somebody that they're going to save, for example, £600 a year without cashback, that sounds a meaningful sum, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's £50 a month, but gosh, £600 sounds so much more meaningful. If they say, what's that a month? Well, you just divide by 12, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just giving you tips, and yeah, just to say to you, this guy I've just signed up, just so you know, his annual cashback, his saving was £193 a year. Not a lot. But he was a really low user. Oh my God, I've never met anyone that could use so little gas and electric. £233 a year electric and £88 a year gas. He admitted to me he never puts the heating on. And he said to me, of course, it's been really hot this winter, hasn't it? And I'm like, no, I've been frozen.
Blimey.
But he was actually, he was pleased. He said, oh, I know I'm a low user. He said, no, that's really good. And he said, I like the idea of everything on one bill.
Presentation that I haven't done yet.
So we throw in the cash back. And I said to him, look, I get about £50 a month. I said, I doubt if you're going to do that. But he is a plumber, and he's now going to purchase all his plumbing stuff through the cashback card. I said, I tell you what, let's be conservative. Let's under promise and over deliver. And he went, oh, I like that idea. I said, let's say you'll get £30 a month. I said, you're probably going to get more, but that's £360 a year. Now, if you actually put that into the equation, that's £553 a year that you're better off than last year. I said, would you like to give it a go? And he went, yeah. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that, and then obviously you do the UW partner if that's going to be the case. So now
Lisa,
what I want to do is I
Lisa,
want to
can
go
I
back.
ask a question? Sorry.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah. Do you always put in the cash back into the equation?
Ah, right. Okay. Let me come off this share again. Hang on. Good question. Right, Trish. Since remote, I feel you can't be with someone as long as you normally would. When you're face to face, I think you've got a lot more license because you're with them, you chat, the dogs get involved, or the cats, or the kids, or great Aunt Thelma knocks the door and comes in and has a cup of tea. You know all the stuff that goes on, yeah? I think you've got more license, but when you're on a, excuse me a minute, I feel like I'm in the dark now. Hang on. God, there's boxes all around me. When you're on a remote, I just don't feel you can keep them there for that amount of time. So what I've started to do on every one is I score through my cashback challenge and put average spend. And what I do is I just say to everyone, look, I tell you what, let's under promise and over deliver. And I come up with a figure. Now, I've been dealing with a lot of 6 people households on my supporting appointments, 4 kids, parents. Now, we all know anyone with kids, they spend a damn fortune, don't they? So I say to them on every occasion, look, I get about £50 a month cash back without fail. I tell you what, the 6 of you, I'd eat my hat if you don't get £40 a month back. And they agree. Yeah, that's the way I do it, Trish. So
Okay.
all I'm doing is shortchanging. I'm not asking any questions. I'm doing an assumption. But I think I'm coming in at a figure that is realistic. And I say to them, if you get more than £40 a month, I said it's happy days. And they go, yes. Yeah, is that helpful?
Great, thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah, lovely.
Okay, can we move on to the next bit? All right, so let's come out of that. Can I get rid of it? Do that. That'll really mess them up, won't it? I tell you what, we have to give feedback on everything. That's really going to do their heads in. Right, right, that's me. Right, that's the one I think I had prepared, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Okay, right. Okay, folk. So now we're going to take the scenario of this is a remote appointment, but you're doing it through Zoom. Now, personally, this is my preferred method because you've got far, far more control when you do Zoom. There is so much you can bring into the equation, and I'm about to show you. So I'm going to share the screen again. Who's the fire tablet? I hate it when somebody hasn't got their name. It's really annoying. Okay, so folk, here we go. Right. So what I've got, can you see, let me make sure you're in the screen. Can you see UW Utility Warehouse? Hello, we're UW.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you then see the top of my screen that's got lots of tabs preset?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes.
So what I've got up there, I have a bill at hand, always at the ready. One of my bills. There we go. I've always got UW stories there, just in case. I've got PlusNet, reviews, Sky, Virgin, BT, Vodafone, EE, Utility Warehouse, Trustpilot. Very, very useful. I also have, can you see my bottom taskbar?
No.
No. All right. On my bottom taskbar, I have prepared, and I'll bring them into the share so you can see. Hang on a minute. She says. Let's see if it'll come into the new share. I have this, and Steve Henderson sent this out, and it's total yearly spend on marketing, and it's a gauge of the kind of money that the other companies spend. Sometimes that's a useful item to have. Okay, and I'm going to bring it into when I do it. I also have ready, and I'll bring this in. This screen, UW Ultra Broadband, how it works. I think this is brilliant. I don't know why they got rid of it. No idea. If anybody needs this stuff, I can send it to them. And the other thing I have at the ready is this. Which broadband speed is good for you? Through which? Very useful at times. Okay, so there's things I have at the ready. Okay, so let's go back, stop the share, back to where we were. Let me go to my internet. Okay, now, what I also have prepared is this screen. And this is already ready and waiting, and it's uw.co.uk/presentation. That's what you type into the URL address bar. This is for Zoom, all right? This is different to doing a WhatsApp video, because I have already sent them an email. Now I'm going to show you the email I send out. There'll be some on here will know about it. I'm going to bring it. Let me get one of them up. Let me find one. Hang on. All right, I've got so much stuff. I can't believe the stuff I'm doing here today. Right, let's bring this into the share. So, prior to my appointments, dear Raymond, lovely to chat earlier. Look forward to speaking again on Monday the 22nd. As it turned out, it was deferred to today, to show you about UW and give you a comparison on your home services. Please have ready the most recent complete statement from your current energy supplier for gas and electric. The information that's required to give you an accurate apples for apples comparison are two figures off the statement: the annual kilowatt per hour consumption, the annual projection forecast. This is the annual cost of those annual kilowatts. Every company is required to print these two figures as a matter of compliance, as it is the only factual way to do a real comparison, often hidden. Services like telephone, broadband and mobile are simple, just how much you pay each month. Lastly, do count up all and every bulb in your home. That's spots, lights, downlighters or lamps, as UW give us free latest technology LED bulbs and even future them for free. Please click on this Zoom meeting room link at 11 a.m. Password, That's what I send out. You might have, could somebody just, thank you.
Send us that, Val.
Yes, if you
Lisa.
want, if you'd like that, I'll take the name off, obviously, and the email
Yeah.
address. Okay, but
That'd
that
be
might
brilliant.
be something that you find handy. Now, anyone that I'm supporting, I'll show you what I send as supporting. Sorry, guys, I know this is a lot of backwards and forwards. Bear with me. Hang on. Right, let me. Oh gosh, no, I can't do that. Hang on, don't want to lose you. Screen share stopped. Okay,
No,
bear with me a minute. I've got to find what I'm doing. Hang on, let me find one that goes out. No, not that one. Just bear with us. I've done so many. Aha, here we go. Let's bring this into the share. This is how I do my supported appointments. So in the subject heading, it says meeting on Zoom with whoever the person I'm supporting, okay? And then it's good morning or good afternoon, whatever. We're going to be meeting on Zoom at 5 p.m. this evening, and I state the date, together with your friend, Sam. Please, can you be on a PC ideal or a tablet or iPad? It's really kind of you to be helping out, and I'll be delighted to meet you. As Sam has probably said, for the moment, I'm supporting him while he's learning the ropes in his new role, especially getting the hang of Zoom for this. It's all about practice. So I appreciate that both you and I have put time aside in our busy schedules to help him. And you may find this jolly helpful too. To start with, please ensure you have the free app Zoom pre-downloaded on your laptop device, and you will need to join our Zoom meeting room at 5 p.m. this evening through this link. And all they have to do is click on my Zoom room link, and then they're there. And when I'm supporting or I'm doing it, do you know, the good thing about this is me or however many, as you know, because like today, there's lots of you, you can all be there, and it simplifies. All right. So let's now go through very quickly the Zoom way. All right. So I'm going to share screen and go back to the presentation. I prefer this because of the sole reason there is so much that I can bring in. So as I do it, they're watching, I can see them, see me. If it's a supported, They can see the part. It all works really well. So we go through all the stuff. Big difference now is I can play this and they're watching. Now my UW fiber is brilliant and it works fantastically and they see it. If they get staccato, I can tell them, so sorry, that's your broadband, not mine. It works perfect here. Yeah, a good reason why they've got to switch. Yeah, so you know, I'm not teaching you how to do the appointment today. This is mechanics. So we carry on through, and then again that Joanna, and then you've got this bit. So this bit is when you're telling them all about it. Personally, just a quick one. I read the screens as much as possible, but I prefer to say we earn money every month for the work we do once. We receive a percentage of the customer's bills that we and our team introduce. And as long as customers stay with UW, we carry on earning forever. That's something that I've learned of people like Steve Critchley, that we is better than you. You is confrontational. You is obstructive. We is much more inclusive. Somebody's in the chat. Hang on, what's this? Oh, please could vote mute themselves. Okay. Does that make sense what I've just said there, guys?
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Then we go to the next page, and then I'm saying to them whether I'm on a supported or the person. So what's best for you? Is it earn money as a partner? Is it saving money as a customer? That's giving you a cost comparison. Or of course, like most people, it's do both. And it's interesting how many people say do both. Even people that certainly on the support appointments, I tell you what, if I had £1 for everyone that said, oh, they'll only be interested in saving money, and then they turn around and say both. And that's because these brilliant screens have lent themselves. Now, let's show you what happens with Zoom on the next stage. So they're interested in both, but whatever, I press custom, because I want to sign them up as a customer first, don't I? Okay, so now we've got the details, yeah? I will do the supported next week. Is that all right, guys? By the way, just so you're all aware, Tuesday night will be the very last night I'll be doing stuff because I will be moving, all right? So there's the bit. So we now press sign in. So we're setting up a remote appointment. Remember, they're watching on Zoom. They can see all of this. Let's say they're a good friend, and then I put the details in and I start the appointment. Now I've got this. They can see it. Now, this is what's cool about Zoom. So I say to them, you know, these are tabs on the internet. I want you, and I say, I want you to press a new tab. And what I want you to do is type in uw.co.uk/share. And then I hold it there because they can see it easily. And I say, would you do that on yours now? I say, don't worry, you're still going to see me. So they do that. And of course, they get this. And I say, that's what you're going to get, isn't it? And they go, yes. I said, great, because now I've got your code. Would you type in capitals, F for Foxtrot, 4, E for Echo, V for Victors, K for Kilo? They type it in. I say to them, great, you've got to press get started. And we're rocking and rolling. Now, what happens is they're still watching us in Zoom on another part of the internet, but now we're still on a remote. We're now on a remote, and they're on that page and they can see the partner, if I'm supporting, can see. I want to ask all of you, did you understand that? Take yourself off mute. Any questions? Did you understand that?
Understood
Most
it,
of
but I
it.
think I need to practice it.
Right, here's an idea. Who wants some more customers?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. Why don't you ring some people that you've never rung because you're after some practice. Because you've got every reason to practice this, and it's real. You're learning the mechanics. You're trying to learn about Zoom and do all of that. Do you know what? And it's real. There isn't one of my newbies on here today, but just to say to you, everyone that comes in with me on my newbies, they are thrilled to bits. Their prospect hasn't got a clue why they're coming on. They don't know anything about bills, nothing, because I'm asking them to keep to the script as they're taught. Exactly. And on my Fast Start plan, we are doing that call. We're doing the first one immediately. I don't let them off the hook. We work out the script exactly. That means these people are genuinely coming to help them in their training phase. And they've told them there's going to be a lady there. She's my supporting partner, and I'm learning. I'm going to be writing. So then they ask for that email. I pre-send the email either the night before or first thing in the morning, like I've got one at 7:30. I've already sent the email. They're coming on. They don't know what they're coming on to. And I promise you, this thing works. If you are constantly doing it the way that you shouldn't be doing it, and I'm constantly getting calls. Oh, I've got somebody that I'm getting a comparison on their bills, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, this is all meant to be done on the appointment. Why are you doing this stuff prior to the appointment? I don't know. No wonder it must be hard, because you must be doing 2 or 3 appointments before you actually get this together. Everything should be done on that one appointment. I'm not having a go at anyone. I'm telling you what I know works, what's being trained and what really works. If you are doing things like asking people to send you bills beforehand, that is not the way to do this. You should be calling people and saying, I'm learning something new. I'm practicing. Can I have your help? And then they get on there, and then you do all this stuff. Does that make sense?
That's interesting, Lisa. That's interesting, because Leon Warner, he does those 2 things, doesn't he? Can I have the bill beforehand and the landline? So maybe that's where the confusion has started with us.
There's different things going on around, but I've been listening to all these UW deep dive podcasts week by week, and it's interesting. I am following what is the most latest training, because I've always believed in it. I was a trainer for 12 years. Why wouldn't I believe in it? It's constantly evolving. And, one has to say that there are new, whoever's got the dog, stay mute. Thank you. That I would say to you that there's people like Alex Roberts, who has managed to get to senior group leader in 4 years. That is amazing, given there's been a lockdown as well. So they're doing something right. So I don't buck the system, guys. And I'll tell you why I don't buck the system, because we want simple duplication. You've got to have it that everybody's doing the same. And if everybody's doing different, there's confusion, and confused people do nothing. And at this moment, there's a little bit of confusion I can hear on some things. Yeah. Does that help, Trish?
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like your email that you sent out. I just need to get into the habit of doing that.
Right. I'll tell you what, guys. Would you all do me a little favor? Because I this technology thing. Now look, you're hearing it from me. I do struggle. It's hard enough getting this recorded. What I would ask you on the WhatsApp, would you just privately, say the items you want? All right, and I'll get them out in one email. If you come in separately, that'll be great, and then I'll just do it on one email, and I'll send you those, what I would call a template. And obviously, please, you've got to copy, paste, cut, and take names, and don't leave a he when it's a she. and all that stuff. Otherwise,
Yeah.
yeah. Was that I know that's not kind of helping you get appointments, but hopefully it's helping towards that goal.
I find it's helping us, you know, when you, there's nothing more disheartening when you do an appointment and they say, well, I'm not really saving enough, or no, I don't want it, whatever. So if your coaching is making me more likely to get that customer signed up, it's got to be good.
Just to share with you all, Jim and Annette know this. I know Kev knows this. I had a crappy January. I worked with so much activity. I did so many calls. I went through, just as I told everyone, 17, 18 years of business cards. I phoned and phoned and phoned and phoned and phoned. Nothing would come off for me in January. Not a damn thing. Everybody said to me, oh, I'll see you next week, which was the first week of February. I'm now today, I believe I'm sitting on, hang on, I'm sitting on 4 Daffy Golds and 2 other customers. So 6 customers and 7 partners. So all that activity in January, if you work, it pays off. And the reality is, if you don't do the activity, it won't happen. Now, honestly, there is still stuff coming in. What I will say this to you, I've got 2 partners waiting in the wings, and I'm actually trying to defer them to March because I can't actually deal with any more myself. I just can't do it. So I'm trying to put them off because the activity has continued. And if you have a blank month, it's generally speaking that your previous month you haven't done much activity, and that is just the way it is. I promise. Yeah. Guys, I'm so sorry. We've gone over to 9 minutes past, but I thought it was worth it. I will endeavour to get this recording out as soon as possible. It possibly won't be tonight because I'm doing a supported appointment at 7:30 and I've got to get a dinner in between and pack another box. Guys, it's lovely to see you all. Please privately WhatsApp me. Let me know what you want and I will get it sent out. All right.
Thank you
Thanks for your
very much.
time.
And next week we'll be doing a supported one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody.
Thanks, Lisa.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.